Hi guys, a very good evening. Hi, how you doing? I'm Justin Kamani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Record Design. We're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions. It's a Monday. It's been, for me at least, a slow start because of the winters and the pain and everything and all that. However, having rested and back to work from wherever, which is the flexi hour advantage of being your own boss and working from home or wherever, gives me that liberty to kind of finish whatever I have in my list. And it's been a nice day today. It's been some nice sunshine in the morning, but it's getting cold now. So I've got this amazing cup of coffee, black coffee, because black coffee, as you all know, has got a lot of these advantages, which is keeping you alert, and it kind of keeps you focused. Of course, it keeps you warm and stuff. It's got some good influence on your liver and stuff. And it's a myth that people say that having too much of coffee doesn't let you sleep, because I've shared this before. It's to each on his own, because when you have your coffee and you kind of get focused and work and stuff, you're able to enjoy the whole experience even better and stuff. So the post in the video is not about coffee. The post in the video is about keeping a focused mindset and kind of unlocking creativity. And there's some great phenomenal work which has been happening, which I'm following by various leaders in our country and stuff. And now the elections have also started, and kind of people are talking about US and other countries and stuff. And yesterday, as I was following Europe, I understand that we have the same challenges all across the world. I'd been sharing this pretty straightforwardly and clearly that we got to stop looking down at our own country, because we've got different countries with the same issues and concerns and stuff. And looking at Europe, looking at Germany, looking at Spain, looking at France, I could see that the challenges before us of pollution and climate change are equally prevalent in other countries as well. And we've got to put our minds together and stop looking at only some micro reprieve issues and stuff which keep happening every now and then. But the bigger concern is this. So as I was going through this book, and I was watching this particular episode on European TV, I kind of got thinking about a read which I had gone through a few years back and stuff. And this is basically about psychological distance and social distance and stuff, and how keeping a psychological distance or a social distance can help leaders, and it can help workers, and it can help people in creative people, including your artists. It can have library people, it can have media, it can have chief executive officers, it can have founders and stuff like that all of them kind of get into a find a solution mode, because it's very easy to sit here and complain and file faults and debate and have some very strong opinions against other countries and people and stuff, including our own leaders and stuff. So this is quite a awesome read. I'm in awe of for a while. So let me share it with you why I'm saying this, because it's talking about social distance. So the author starts with an example. This is Michael Roboto, and he's basically about best decisions on creative mindsets and stuff, because we tend to kind of get a little affected by what we see and what we watch and what we read and stuff, and the weather and everything can have an effect. So he talks about social distance. He gives you an example. He says a prisoner was basically in a jail, and he was trying to escape. He didn't have a rope, but when he found a rope in his cell, it was half the long size of what he really needed. But however, normal people would have said that he can't escape, because the size of the rope is half the size of the distance he needs to kind of use the rope and escape and stuff. But however, he does that. And if you were to give the same complex issue, or if you were to give the same complex challenge to a few set of people who are sitting on the other side of the table when they're finding solutions to problems and stuff, or debating and discussing world concerns, if you were to give them with these persistent and long repetitive challenges and stuff, many of them would not be able to give you any solutions and stuff. So my learning and my take from this is that we can get as eccentric, and we can get as negative, and we can get as personal, and we can get as distasteful in our expression and stuff. We can be as loud as we want. We can be as rude, brash, arrogant, and we can simply just spill negative, and we can simply just be pretty awkward when we are watching, or we are participating in debates and stuff like that, and we are looking at the thought sharing and stuff. But if you were to apply this situation or this example in daily life, and if you were to ask, let's say, people who are spearheading the country, or people who are spearheading different departments, or people who are handling different portfolios, to get together and to find a solution, then maybe, let's say, if you have 105 people, only a few will be able to give you the solutions to the complex issues and concerns and stuff. So the author says that there are 105 individuals who were given a situation and given a challenge to solve, and many of them came up with multiple solutions and multiple insights and stuff. However, they could see, when they were solving this whole challenge and this whole situation, that they had to imagine themselves as an eccentric, prisoner themselves. And when they were asked to kind of role model or step into that role, many of them gave up and said, "We can't do this." So I extend this example and I say, okay, if you were to be in the steps of the leaders, or if you were to be in the steps of your directors, management, your company heads, your bosses, and stuff like that, and they gave you, let's say, 40% or 60% of the work to do and deliver, would you be able to do that? So that's a question that many people need to address many a times, in the corporate world as well, in the professional world as well, in the world of design and entrepreneurship as well. Any business, anything you do, any idea you have, even if it's let's say advertising campaign or marketing campaign, it's even a book that you're writing, even a photography shoot you're doing. If I were to ask you to plant 1,000 trees, or to plant different plants, or color vases differently, or let's say make a coaster like this, or let's do something differently and stuff, how many of them will actually stand up and say, we can do this better? So this is something which a lot of minds, as a collective generation or as a collective nation, need to come together and question and ask themselves, that do we repetitively keep pointing out and finding flaws with our leaders and heads, or do we look at the work that they've done, and can we, with a constructive, and can we, with a positive and a thankful attitude and a gratitude, have can we have an air of collective improvement happening? Because it starts with each one of us, and it's a trickle down effect, and even the smallest mind can play a role, and the mid management can play a role, the highest person can play a role, of course the ministers in our country can play a role. But when you come to a corporate, or when you come to let's say a startup or a founder role, or you come to a design firm, or you come to a brand, or you come to being a ball head, or you come to being a marketing head, or whatever, can you do the role yourself? So this is a question which you need to address yourself time and again. And there was a nice this thing set of lines which said that design thinkers often create social distances during a project by imagining themselves as users and trying to walk in a mile in their shoes. And I had no clue that even I was doing that, unknowingly. But imagining themselves as users and trying to walk in their shoes will give you a perspective that, will you be able to do it? And will you be able to deliver the hardcore roles? And will you be able to face the frustrations? Will you be able to look into the quality that they do? Will you be able to have the same energy that they have? Will you be able to stay inspired and motivated and stuff? Will you be able to do something constructive and positive? So, the message is getting around 10 minutes long, so I'd like to cut it short. So the point is that, as you kind of observe and make, notes on what people are doing around you, put yourself in your shoes and question this: can you do it better? Can you do it better? If you can, try and take up a responsibility and try and take up a role and stuff, and let people kind of see how you kind of stand and how you deliver and stuff. And the objective of the social media and social distance And the psychological distance is basically to develop strategies which are solution finding, which are design rich, which are idea rich, which are strategy rich. And if there's something missing which you feel that a leader is not able to do at whatever position, can you handle that portfolio? Can you do that on your own? If he's not been able to do it, would you be able to do it? These are the questions. If you look at every day consistently, you will kind of have this hard hitting realization that it's not a easy job, it's not an easy task. So people who are sitting on certain levels, or people who are doing certain roles, people who are doing jobs, running organizations, running setups and stuff, I think Gen Z and other people, including the seniors and elders and stuff, need to kind of have a certain sense of thankfulness towards those. And there's a news around the president of USA, that since he's 80, people are not finding it correct that his age can stand in the way of being a president. And my realization is that if we can have the same which happened about many ministers in our country, it happened around Prime Minister Modi, and there are so many other ministers who are handling responsible positions and stuff. Most of them are in their 70s and 80s, so age should not be a criteria and stuff. So when you have all these debates and when you have all these discussions at home, offices, or on metros, or wherever you are with your counterparts, with your loved ones and stuff, is age really the limiting factor? I mean, I don't think it is, So I leave you on that note to think about it. Try and have a psychological distance, and try and have a social distance from the work that you notice and the work that you kind of criticize, or the work that you appreciate and stuff. And do focus on what is happening and what is being done, rather than looking at what is not being done. I consistently say that because there's so many people I meet every day who have this thing about passing little remarks on what's not happening, and it becomes a habit, and somebody has to consistently remind them that, look, if you were to look at the prosperity, if you were to look at the development, if you were to look at the change that's happening, if you were to look at the impact that's happening, and if you were to share that rather than criticizing and complaining about it, you will be actually positively contributing to the whole, I would say, the whole outlook and the whole health of the nation. I mean, I'm not talking about financial health, I'm talking about the emotional and mental health, because people get bogged down many a times after they've watched stuff on TV, or they followed it on radio or on online and stuff. So this is a great way. Share positive developments every day. Try and empower people. And empowerment doesn't mean that you yourself are sitting in a position where you are calling the shots and stuff. Empowering means empowering anybody and everybody. So starting from where you are, your immediate environment. Say, for example, if I'm in the office, if I have, let's say, a peon, if I have a runner, if I have a cleaner, if I'm home, I have a maid, I have a driver, I have a mali or whatever. If I can start from that, we can all contribute in our own ways, and we can take it collectively to bigger. So keeping the video really short, and thank you so much for all your messages and all your likes and stuff. And it was great to connect with a very senior person from Nepal. Thank you so much, sir, for your inputs, and thanks for the comment. I did not expect it. So it made my day, and thanks so much for all your messages over mails and messages in Facebook and Instagram. Thanks so much, and I genuinely just share whatever comes to my mind and stuff, and I don't really plan. It's not a planned PR or a branding or a marketing campaign. So that's that, and I'm hoping to kind of meet everybody offline and kind of connect with you in person and stuff. So stay focused, stay positive, look at the positive impact and stuff, and avoid watching too much of negative news. And there's so many wonderful things to follow, and so many wonderful and lighter topics to kind of think about and stuff. So do that. And it's always a great idea to enjoy coffee and chai, and to stay upbeat. And you can take a break by listening to some music. You can watch your favorite movies. You can read some books and stuff. You can exercise. You can walk. You can be with pets and stuff. And if your leaders, or if your bosses, or if your directors or whatever still tend to have that feeling of bogging you down and stuff, then maybe it's not them, maybe it's you who needs to work on themselves and stuff, because half the issues lie with people and their setups and stuff. Because in an organization which has 100% culture, 80% if they're feeling great and 20% are not doing that great, then it's not the 20% It's the 80% which is looking after themselves and working on themselves and stuff, and 20% need to do that to themselves. So I'm Jashin Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Recon Design. Take care. Remember, psychological distance and social distances always helps. Try and put yourself in that step. Try and think, put yourself in that spot and think how you would act, and would you be able to do that role. If you think you can't, avoid commenting, avoid criticizing. If you think you can, try do it rather than talking about it. So love and luck. Take care. Bye bye. Have fun.